Welcome to the breakdown where we break down all the messed up movies. Look, MC Figs, y'all voted for Coffee Table. Thanks for scarring me today. Directed by Calle Casas, The Coffee Table is a black comedy showing the arrival of this innocent, cute bundle of joy. But when the father, Jesus, makes one horrible mistake, we watch his ensuing disturbing breakdown as he tries to hide what he did. This film has a lot of dark comedy and scenes that even made me aghast. And we're gonna recap and review the film and then rate it on the disturbance meter. If you want to see what happens, including all the... Hold on. Click the like button. Stop neglecting my like button. If you want to see what happens, including all the messed up parts, stay tuned for the breakdown. Cue the Gohan. The miracle of birth. I bet the baby's cursed. And the first thing parents should do after bringing life into the world is look for a coffee table. Specifically one with big titties like this. My man is selling this table like it's Grand Theft Auto 6. Even the baby is bored. Dude is more full of shit than me when I say I'll upload more. Hey dad, do we have to argue for this tacky table in front of Ron Jeremy over here? A good loving home to bring a child into. I wonder if this marriage will break quicker than the table. And yet this salesman gets his feelings hurt, screaming that this table is stronger than Superman's eyeballs. And yet, Jesus buys the table even when the salesman admits that it sucks. If the mom heard that, it would have been the death of a salesman. She'll make you sleep on that table tonight. It's like a staircase Batman would zip line up. This neighbor here yaps more than I do, and her daughter keeps staring, but you'll never believe this.
Ya veo que todavía no le has dicho nada de nuestra tu mujer.
Huh? Ruth here has an unhealthy crush on this grown man, and he tells her to stop. Quit entertaining this mess, or the authorities will be knocking next time. Sir, you're explaining too much to this 13-year-old. I don't know whether to believe her or not. I wish you tell her off as quickly as you argue with your wife. First thing these lovebirds do is argue over the baby's name, Cayetano. He also didn't want kids. And get ready to hear this crap for 18 more years, bud. Maria goes to buy groceries. Ugh, Dad, you're ugly compared to Mom. He tries getting the baby to stop crying, but... You're cooked. No, seriously, Jesus dropped the baby on the glass part of the table, offing him by separating his head from his neck. And to make it all feel even worse, Maria is talking with friends about how hard it was just to conceive the baby. All it takes is a split second for your life to turn upside down. With a mind overwhelmed with trauma, he puts the baby on the couch and changes the diaper to gain some sense of normalcy. It's over, dog. Life as you know it. It reminds me of that one scene from the Hereditary movie. You know what I'm talking about. He aims to hide what he did. This film is 30 minutes in, forcing an absurdly horrifying situation. What is the best thing the father should have done after what happened to the baby? And the best answer is to confess and allow yourself to break down. Because denial and silence will only corrupt his soul further. You have to accept the consequences, but most of us might not have the inner will to accept that. So now we are stuck with the unbearable silence along with him. He goes up to Ruth's house to get cleaning products and even lies, saying he'll tell his wife about them just to get cleaning products to clean up his crime. And not only does the brat like him, but Mom wants a piece too. Oh, and the salesman bought the missing screw. No thanks, I'm already screwed. Damn, can you shut up already? I have a body to clean up. Aw, turns out he just wants a friend. Cleaning up something like this has got to be tediously horrifying. Then he sees the head of Cayetano. Head of Cayetano sounds like a treasure Nathan Drake would stumble on. You got a hot 15 minutes left until your wife comes back home. I bet this shower feels biblical. Somehow, he cleaned up as much as he could and Maria is back. I bet the wish to jump is no longer an intrusive thought, huh? He decides against jumping, completely detached, and pretending that the baby is asleep. She's happy to know that that tacky table is broken though. He pretends that the blood is all his, and I bet the isolation is unbearable. Damn, Mom, is it funny? It is kind of funny that the table didn't last a day. I mean, it's just absurd knowing why.
Gracias.
Wait, don't check on the baby, Mom, please. Hold on. What are you gonna do with that, Michael Myers? He stops her, trying to gauge forgiveness as best as he can. She might not ever forgive you, my mans, but especially not now that you're hiding it. Oh, what's that, honey? You hear something dripping? I'll check. It's just the sink. Why do you have this decoration? And if things couldn't get any worse, Jesus' brother Carlos and his girlfriend Christina dropped by. At least Carlos knows toothpaste can help get rid of bloodstains. How do you know all that? It's nothing better than listening to jibber jabber while your life is over. That's the humor of this movie to a T. Even dinner feels like he's eating at the baker's house from Resident Evil 7. So, Jesus, how does it feel to be a father? I bet you feel so alive, don't you? Maria even mentions that her son is what she wanted her whole life. Fuck Jesus, that baby is all I love. I don't know what I'd do without him. Speaking of babies, Christina is pregnant. Aw, now little Cayetano will have a cousin to play with. So, Carlos, how does it feel to be a future father with this 18-year-old? But then Jesus says he doesn't give a shit that Carlos will be a father, saying he'll complicate his life and ruin hers. Ooh, projection. Buying that table was the biggest mistake I've ever made, he says. It was pretty tacky. In the bathroom, Jesus is recording his final message to his wife, laying out his guilt before offing himself. Carlos hears all of it though, and is eventually led to the body of his nephew. Both brothers think about how best to make it less horrible for Maria. The plan? Tell her, but don't let her see the body. Even worse, Ruth is here. She says that Jesus kissed her, but that also didn't sound like a lie. I hope it was. And what's next is the definition of disturbing breakdown as Jesus and Carlos prepare to tell the truth right when Ruth comes in calling him a youngling toucher, and Ruth's dog finds Cayetano's head underneath the chair. Carlos begs Maria to leave, begs like Squidward, but she sees the remains of Cayetano, and now everything is ruined. A horrible situation comes to a horrible conclusion. Maria goes to the same balcony Jesus planned on jumping off, and she takes the plunge. Police then mention that both Maria and Jesus jumped off. Carlos is in shock, repeating the words, "the coffee table," over and over. The movie ends with a ghostly view of a new family, tragically torn apart by one single mistake. Now I know why y'all were spamming this goodness. What makes the coffee table so messed up is not even what happened, it's the emotions that led to it and the silence that followed. Jesus is just an ordinary dude. That's just a coffee table. But it became the symbol of consequence, where one mistake becomes permanent grief. Life can be scary, but sometimes the scariest horrors come from inaction and denial. I stand by admitting your mistakes, no matter how big or tragic or regardless of the consequences, before those mistakes and those lies spiral out of control and hurt even more. Now this is to the men out there. The coffee table is absurd, but underneath all that chaos is something a lot of us recognize. Pressure to keep it all together, the fear of showing weakness, and the guilt of not being enough. But here's the truth. No one should have to carry everything alone. Vulnerability is not a weakness, and whoever makes you feel like it is. We are human, and we are in this together. Sometimes healing means letting go of those who make you feel unsafe being human. Surround yourself with people who make room for your pain, not people who punish you for it. Be the person that Jesus needed, like his brother. Offer grace, safety, and non-judgmental support, and I definitely be that person for you. I rate this film shocking. What a crazy situation and a crazy ending. The most disturbing moment is between when Dog dropped his boy or when everyone found out. It was painful silence either way, and overall makes you really want to be careful with your actions. Maybe don't stick glass panels right side up, or let mom be right this time. The most enjoyed moment is the film wasn't afraid to use comedy, even though the situation was horrible, such as the salesman who had the same name as the baby, or even the wife's goofy ass laugh. At the very least, the family seems to be together again. I did mean to upload this on Father's Day, but I got busy. Check out my Father's Day playlist to see some fathers that do the best they can when chaos wraps around them. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to see more Spooky Rice. Thanks for watching. Spooky out.